The main reason for this video is so I could learn some of the audio editing features of Pinnacle Studio. I've set up a camera at Summerfield, which is a rail crossing between Ocala and Wildwood, Florida. I heard on the radio there's a train heading north from Wildwood, so we should see that train come past here before too long.
422, whatever CSX 260, got a clear Oxford northbound.
Oxford is another rail crossing about 6 miles south of this spot, so maybe we want to see a train in about 8 or 10 minutes. The green signal on track 2, which is the upper right signal there, has turned green, so it should be clear to come this way. Yeah. Going to be on the movie? The train will be coming from this direction, so I set up a second camera pointing this way. Let's see if I can coax a cameo appearance by our movie star. Here comes Alexa. She'll check out the scene to be sure it's suitable for filming.
.422 with engine 260, got a clear. This is Summerfield, northbound. CSX detector, milepost 756.8, B33, no defect. Repeat, no defect. Total axle 378, link 5534, detector out.
So the head of the train is about a mile north of Oxford, and the defect detector is just south of there. And we know a little bit about our train now, that it's about a mile long and it has 378 axles. If we get our calculator out, we could take 378 and subtract 6 for each of the two locomotives and calculate that we have 91.5 cars on the train. That's not likely, so I'm going to say that we have 3 power units, subtract 6 axles for each of those, and that leaves 90 cars on this train. So later I'll be able to look up train K422 and find out that those are ethanol hauling tanker cars, and they'll be empty coming from Tampa back to Illinois, where they'll be turned over to Canadian Pacific Railroad to complete their trip to Mason City, Iowa. So this is a unit train. It'll be all one set of cars going to the same destination. So here's something I'm not sure I knew about ethanol, that after it's mixed with gasoline, it has a short shelf life. So ethanol's not mixed with gasoline until it's pretty close to being delivered for sale. So that's why this ethanol has come to Tampa by rail, where it'll be mixed with the gasoline that's kept there in tank farms down in South Tampa. And those gasoline's brought over by ship and unloaded and stored there until it's ready to be delivered to gas stations. So that's where the mixing occurs of the ethanol that came by rail with the gasoline that came by ship. Well, my movie star thinks she's a director now, and she wants to check out the view I have facing north. Yeah. Doesn't that look good? Yeah, maybe not. There's a lot of dirt and sticks down here. Do you really want that in the frame? It's not very photogenic. I think it'd be better if you'd zoom in a bit. Yeah, this is no good. Don't you agree with me? Come on, you know I'm right. Just zoom in a little bit. Get all this dirt and rocks out of the scene. Yeah, I think that'll look a lot better. Alright, you're the star. Not too much happening here. The train's probably another 2 miles away.
Okay, 422 with engine 260 got a clear south in Summerfield, Florida.
So the siding at Summerfield is about 2 miles long. So he's at the south end and we're right at the north end, right past those signal masts. So we should see the train within the next couple minutes. I'll skip ahead until we see the crossing gates come down. Seems like the gates are down a little early, but we'll switch to the other camera looking south. We can see if the train is approaching. I think I can make out the headlight there on the lead engine. On the radio, the engineer only identifies the lead power unit, which he said was number 260. When they get closer, we'll be able to verify that my calculation was correct, that there's 3 locomotives on this train. A lot of rail crossings in Florida, they've eliminated the crossing whistle because of noise complaints. But sometimes an old guy with his dog can get the engineer to give a friendly little toot. You can see there were 3 locomotives on this train. CSX 260 and CSX 5103, followed by Canadian Pacific Gate 561. I'll leave it to you to count how many cars there were. I'm just going to say there was 90. Did me a real favor with his little toot on the horn. Usually in filmmaking you need some sort of synchronization like the clapperboard that's used in movies. But his little toot gave me a perfect cue for how to synchronize my multiple cameras and my sound input. So thanks a lot, 260. And now life can go back to normal in Summerfield, Florida.
422 with engine 260 got a clear. Granny, snug off.